On the original rear end, it came out of a Crown Vic. It was real wide. So I'm narrowing it 5.5 inches on each side so these sick wheels can tuck underneath of this fender. I whipped up these plates right here on my arc droid so that I could align everything and make sure everything is straight. Now we have alignment plates. The reason I'm doing it like this, because I didn't want to cut these brackets off. So I had to get real ingenuitive. I didn't want to demolish all the work that I've already done. I did it backwards. So what we're doing is, you guys know how to cut metal out. You got to use this side that's off of the housing. It's a machined surface. So you measure off of that. Machine surfaces are the best to take measurements from. So I just whacked that piece out of there. I took this section right out of here. Now I'm putting it back together. It's been a long time since I've showed this truck some love, so we're gonna get to it. You guys didn't see this struggle yesterday, but I have several of these C-clamps, probably 8 of them. I have no clue where they're at, so I overnighted, well, it's just Amazon Prime, but these clamps. So we're gonna take off these Harbor Freight ones and put Amazon ones on. Amazon to the rescue again. It came with 4 of these bad boys, and I think it was like 40 bucks or something. I'll leave a link in the description because they're gonna be super helpful mounting this. Get this and put this in the trash, I say. Take this pile of off. I guess they work good for some things, but not when you're trying to put some clamping force on it. Let's see what these Amazon ones got. See if they start deflecting. Make sure you make them tight. We like them nice and tight. Now the reason that I made these little plates right here, and they're completely flat, they're mounted up here. And what you're going to do is you're going to measure off of 4 random spots. You can do it in 3. I'm going to do 4. You want to make sure that the distance all the way around is the same. Because if not, you will be burning up bearings. You don't want burn up bearings. You guys can probably see this right here. There's a scribe in there. That is when I cut it off. This isn't all cattywampus. Like I said, I'm doing this all ass backwards too. But it's going to work. Let me know what you think in the comments, because I'm not the smartest guy, but I'm not an idiot. 18 3/8 over there. 18 3/8. We're 2 for 2. 18 3/8 there. 18 3/8 there. 18 3/8 there. Check it in a few more spots. 18 3/8. 18 3/8. Boys and girls, don't rush that process. Make sure that is equal all the way around. And when you start tacking, check. Because if it's off a little bit, just cut it off and do it again. How come you guys didn't tell me that my lines were off on this side? Let's do it all over again. Let's line these up. See, that's a classic example of double check your work. So now that all this is 18 3/8 money all the way around, I'm going to put a little tacky tack. I'm going to glue it together. that side's tacked, so I'm going to double check my measurements over here. You guys may think I'm anal retentive, but I don't want to do this twice. Those two sides are tacked. Now, I'm going to loosen these and flip. I didn't show you, but these are 3x3 channel. The reason I keep saying that I did this backwards, I normally like to run, 18 inches or whatever, 12 inches, and do the cut over here. But Bonehead here decided to do it backwards. So that's why I have to do it out here. Oops. Try to stay with the same tape measure. Not all tape measures are the same. Don't try to get your tape measures mixed up. Stick with one. Still just double checking. Now I have to order axles for this. I'm getting them from Strange. So I'm going to go through how to measure all this stuff. Because you could really screw yourself by buying a set of axles and they're being completely wrong. I kind of skipped the preparation here, so I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure that there's no slag, or not slag, spatter on this housing, so that this plate right here will sit flat right there, and make sure that it's flat against the machine surface. So I'm just going to run my finger around this, make sure that there's nothing sticking up. Okay, that one's good. Then I got these little magnets off of Amazon. They weren't intended for this, but damn, they work good. They're earth magnets, so they're really strong. Push them up against this thing, and it actually holds this plate pretty darn good. So you're going to want to make sure that this surface right here is really clean. You don't want paint and stuff in it like this. I'm going to take that and clean that up real good. And then I got this little plunger deal. I got this plunger can right here, which is pretty cool. I didn't even know they existed until I watched some other YouTubers, 50 things that he needed in his shop. And I saw that and I was like, I gotta have one of those. I'll show you how it works. But first, we're gonna clean all this up. I've already used it cleaning on the inside, but I'm gonna make sure this is nice and chingon. I'm not taking off a lot of material, I'm just getting the caca off of it. For this next step, gentlemen, your lady friends don't like it when you have lizard fingers, so put some rubber gloves on. Keep that from the cracks and the peeling and when they go, your hands are all cracked. So here's this little plunger deal that I was talking about. I can't believe I didn't live without one. Watch. Stick it down here. Just go, whoop. Acetone. Clean it. Make sure your parts are clean. No one likes a little sloppy weld. Let's put the C channel on there. I like to put it together first. Kind of hold it like that. Grab one of your deals. Whoa! Kind of snug it. Then you can line it. Line it up. Don't tighten it. You'll never get this part in. Make sure your notches are where the notching goes. And after this, you got to put that other plate deal on there. And measure everything. Again, 18 3/8. See, that's what that plate is. Now it just goes on here. Yes, I may have an addiction for buying cool stuff that is practical. Now that you got these finger tight, on here. Don't forget to tighten them. I use my little pocket wrench. I carry it around with me every day. I've had this thing for 25 years. I don't leave home without it. I'll leave a link in the description. They are handy. And just give them a little stuff. Now you measure. I'm going to go ahead and put this tape measure somewhere I can't reach it. On this particular 8.8 rear end, I took out 5.5 inches on each side. We need 18 and 3/8 on this side as well. I don't know how that happened. Measure 17 times and cut once. I like what I'm seeing so far. Money! Let's go to the other side. Damn, Gina! 18 and 3/8 all the way around. Now all we just got to do is glue it together. Flip it and reverse it. At this point, you're going to want to take a straight edge and clamp it here. Make sure it's completely flat. Make sure it's a straight edge. But you're going to want to make it in line with the pinion. Do that to both sides because this is one of the measurements that you're going to need. These here instructions can be intimidating when trying to order axles. I know they were for me the first time. Follow the instructions. Measure what it says to measure right there. Now measure the other side. Now you're going to just measure the axle. 2.645. So I happen to know what these axles are, so that always helps. You can look it up, ask the ChatGPT or GPT. These specific axles are 4.5. Now you just get your bearing size of the shaft. See what kind of girth it's got. 1.4. Now you count the splines. Just basically just fill the paper out. Now you count the splines. I use a paint pen. The one I have is bright pink, so you're going to be able to see it. So now just count the splines. Put you a little pink on there. I count them in tens. It just makes it a little easier so you don't get lost. Once you got them all counted, just write it down. Once you have your paper filled out, you can use your vendor of choice. Send this information to them. It's nice to talk to them though, in case they have any extra questions. So I'm gonna fire this off. Get some axles coming. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more stuff like this work truck right here, I'm going to be doing stuff. If you guys want to see more of it, let me know in the comments. I'll show you, give you a sneak peek of what I did to the rear end, how I C-notched it with chromoly. I don't know who thought it would be a good idea to put the rear end on, not in the middle of the table. Duh. Now the reason